So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on, so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. What's happening? Come into the most unorthodox motivational coaching show on the planet. Sorry, can't help it. It's who I are. And, but between the lines, if you can tolerate the very unique styling of your host, my name is Scott. Thank you. You can learn something today. I've been married twice. I mentioned that. I don't know why the wives are on my mind this week. I have no idea. They are, for whatever reason. That's why I kind of go with the flow, right? What am I being called to talk about? It's evidently women. Wisdom of the wives. I've learned a lot from my first wife, my mom. My daughters taught me a ton. My current second wife and last wife, that's it. Joy, fantastic, lives up to her name. Taught me a lot. A lot of women around the world do that as well. Today, we're going to talk about those women and some of the things they've said over time, just for the fun of it. Why not? It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com since 2006. 19 and a half years doing this thing, over 5,000 episodes, and continuing to move on with no plans of stopping. We'll see, as long as you keep supporting me and welcome me into your world here, and I'll be around. I'll change. I have changed a lot over the years. There's no doubt about that. I morph just like you do, and life changes. I just become somebody different. And little by little, I'm kind of, I see myself adapting now into kind of a different phase of life. It's kind of fun to be here. So I think you might enjoy the next phase that I'm going to head to, and I hope you do. If you're interested in working with me directly, it's kind of what I do between podcasts. Motivationtomove.com is where you'll find my stuff. Been doing that for a lot of years over there. You know, the Perfect Week Planner, a great planner. If you want to hold space and control your time a little bit better, I suggest you get it. It's so simple, and it's been downloaded a ridiculous number of times. And I'm always humbled by the fact that I get on a Zoom call with somebody, and they'll hold up their planner, penciled in. They just write all over it, and they hold it up and say, man, I live and die by this thing. It works really well. I said, well, I hope you don't die by it, but at least it's on your planner. You know when it's going to happen. PerfectWeekPlanner.com. You can get there as well. So the wisdom of the wife. I've had a lot of impact on wives over the years, and I've been impacted by a lot of wives over the years, and moms and daughters and the whole thing. Women, essentially, right? But this is the wifely thing I've noticed. That I say, okay, let me come in here a little bit. Let me get my thoughts straight here. When you are married, there is a certain way things kind of work. I think we all develop our own relationship there. Most guys are just cavemen in the head and someplace else on their body. I'm not going to talk about that, right? Most guys are just that way. They're just cavemen. That's all they are. And they grunt a lot and they do stuff. You hang around with guys, and ladies, you don't hang out with real guys because we're on our best behavior when you're around. But when you hang out with real guys, it's a different game. It's a totally different game. I'm telling you guys, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Ladies, if you've ever had to walk into a bunch of guys doing guy stuff, you know it's not pretty. It's a biological mess. We'll just say that and leave it at that, okay? Women tame their men because they're smart. Guys tame themselves when they meet the right woman. A guy, his job is to grunt, walk the planet, procreate, find women, the whole thing, right? That's what guys are here for, right? And suddenly a guy takes himself off the market because he found you. And while he doesn't like the fact you have this wisdom that seemingly controls him as like a tractor beam from Star Trek, he has no choice. It just happens. Now, having said all of that stuff, I sure wish it just worked 100% of the time, but it just doesn't, right? So I've learned a lot from the women in my life and always point back to that. And today I was kind of digging around thinking, well, what have the other women said? And I went back to Abigail Adams way back a long time ago in the 1800s. First Lady of the United States. Wisdom and penetration are the fruit of experience, not the lessons of retirement and leisure. A woman said that. In other words, get your ass out there and get to work. Right? That's what she said. I've had that said to me. Buy a wife. Stop whining. Get out there. Don't come back till you got a job. It's been a long time, by the way. Wisdom and penetration, the fruit of experience, not the lessons of retirement and leisure. We have an entire generation right now and a culture right now. It's beginning to shift a little bit that is just leaning toward doing nothing. No good comes from doing nothing. It's like no good. Nothing good happens after midnight. Get old enough, you start to recognize that nothing good happens after 9 p.m. Eleanor Roosevelt, back in, she was a first lady as well, diplomat, human rights activist. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. You've heard different versions of that over time. She said that. It's true. Wisdom of the wife. A woman is like a tea bag. I'd be careful how I say this. You can't tell how strong she is until you put her in hot water. I call it the look. Yeah. And usually I'm the hot water. I'm the hot water and she's a tea bag. And that's when the wife turns and gives you the look. Oh, yeah. You think a man's strong? Man ain't strong. Get a woman in a hot spot. Watch what happens to her. Get out of the way. I'm just saying. In Africa, they talk about marriage. Marriage is cool. Marriage is great. Love being a married man. Love being a married couple. Play different roles. They come together. If you play them right, they're complementary to each other is how I see it. In Africa, they say it this way. The buttocks are like a married couple. Though there is constant friction between them, they still love and live together. Never thought as marriage as a butt. Although I'm sure some of you have. I'm absolutely sure right now as I think what I'm saying these days. Let's continue.
Study and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
Marriage is not a noun. It's a verb. It isn't something you get. It's something you do. It's the way you love your partner every day. Barbara DeAngelis, again, a wisdom of the wife coming from that, okay? Another bit of wisdom from a wife. As a wife, your beauty attracts your husband, but your wisdom will continue to keep them. I can go with that. That'll do. I met my wife because of her beauty and her picture, and that right in tractor beam, right? But the wisdom, I'm stuck. Your elegance catches his attention, but your intelligence convinces him. Nagging irritates your husband, but your constructive silence weakens him. No doubt about that. That's the look, right? Yeah, I'm not worried when my wife is talking. When she goes silent, I'm in trouble. No one is without difficulties, whether in high or low life, and every person knows best where their own shoe pinches. Abigail Adams said that as well. Isn't that interesting? So I gather a lot of wisdom from the women around me. I pay attention. I listen to that, and I think you ought to as well. That does not diminish guys. I know I'm making kind of a little fun about guys right now. I'm digging it, but I'm not trying to be the sitcom producer who says, let's make fun of the guys and make the women the heroes. I don't believe that to be the case at all. I'm not going to do that. Men, women, needed in every possible way. We're different. We complement each other. And that's how I look at it. So when I pay honor to the wives that I've known, the wives that I've had, I just recognize that they've taught me some stuff. They've made me uncomfortable from time to time. They've called me on my stuff. They've helped me with my stuff. They dug me out of my stuff, buried me in my stuff. They've just done a bit of everything. But at the end of the day, you got to respect it, right? So if you got a wife or got one around you, you might want to learn a little bit because there's a lot of learning to be there. Oh, by the way, we'll do a show about guys too, and we're going to put the ladies in their place as well, okay? So I can't just no, I can't. So, anyway. All right, a little fun. Tomorrow we're going to do some Earl Nightingale stuff, which is going to be fun. I do this occasionally, but this is just classic self-improvement, if you will. If you're new to the game, if you haven't gone back to some of the Earl Nightingale stuff, if you haven't done that, a lot of this stuff is kind of interesting to me because in the Earl Nightingale's time, a lot of this stuff was made up. We didn't have all the research we have now. We didn't have ChatGPT, didn't have all the scanning devices to know how the mind works and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty amazing that just humans, regular old humans, figured stuff out before we had all the smart stuff, right? So some really basics tomorrow that if you apply will work as well today as they ever have, and I might even say better than they ever have in today's environment. Strangest secret. We'll look at that tomorrow. Have a good day. I will see you tomorrow right here on the Daily Boost.